All right, we're back. We're back. Now we're going to talk about X Force number one, which was way more fun than New Mutants number one, which we
Yeah.
just talked about.
Yep.
So, did you want to start it off?
No.
No, you don't want to start off? Because if I start off, I'm gonna just be running off at my blah 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 blah. Man,
No.
I liked X Force. I liked X Force. It was it reminded me a little bit of like X Force from back in the day. I mean, it didn't have the same cast and stuff, but it was having more of the gritty feel to it. You know, I liked the way that Wolverine was drawn and just the way that his interaction was. He was just made to look just completely feral. Like we haven't really seen him in a long time. Like he
I
just
like the cover.
yeah, it was like he got a chance to cut loose a little bit. To me, it was a really really fun issue. This is probably to me the most fun issue we've had since Marauders, and these are probably like my two favorite books so far of the batch. I didn't even really go much in the story. What do you have to say?
Who are these people that have all these masks on that, and this having this like council meeting and everybody has to like, cut themselves to do the blood thing to make sure that they don't have the X gene? Like, who are all these people?
I don't know. You know, it seems like it's some kind of a human extremist group that's against mutants. It might be like the Friends of Humanity. I don't know. I mean, they don't explicitly say who it is just yet, but you know, it might be one of those groups that it already exists, or it might be a completely new one. But I'm sure we'll find out. I'm sure we're going to find out.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, man, this is a fun issue. I mean,
So what do you think they gonna do with Domino?
yeah. In the very beginning of the issue, Domino ends up being captured because she's like infiltrating the group and stuff, and she ends up being captured. And I don't know what they're gonna do with Domino. Domino, man, with that luck thing, I think she's gonna find a way out of there, or find a way to contact everybody else, you know, on the island and stuff.
Okay, anything else?
I just liked it. I mean, we can't just have a 2 minute review and be saying that I liked it. You're the one that usually goes into detail with this stuff. But I thought
I thought it was cool that Beast almost got eaten. By
yeah.
that thing that looks like a dog slash wolf.
Yeah,
type thing.
a creature's on Krakoa that probably shouldn't have been there, and it attacked Beast or whatever, and Wolverine cut in and did his Wolverine thing.
Yeah, but he didn't kill it because Beast didn't want him to.
Yeah. But Beast got to squab a little bit too, because when we saw later on, when he saved Wolverine when the island was getting messed up. You know, he had a little blood on his hands too. That was pretty cool. But yeah, basically on this issue though, we see what something happens that we should have seen coming from a long way, and that is basically
honestly, I was disappointed that it seems like that they were unprepared for an attack on Krakoa. I'm like, dude, you know how humans are. You know, you came and said, we're gonna have our sovereignty, we're our own nation, we're gonna be over here on this island. I would have thought that they would have been better prepared for an attack by anybody, because it's like, come on, that's what the humans do. That's what they've been doing your whole lives, is attacking you and killing you and stuff. So I was a little disappointed that they weren't as prepared for this attack as they are. And then it talked about the security features in this book, and I'm like, you got aquatic security, atmospheric detection. So I didn't understand how these people just parachuted in and was able to get on the island and, surprise attack them. Like, dude, I thought that, who was a dude that's like one with Krakoa? They even said they had like this neural intelligent thing where the dude can, interact with Krakoa. Like, it will let him know. Let me see if it
Black Tom.
Plant intelligence with the host Cassidy.
Yeah, Black Tom
Black
Cassidy.
Tom. Yeah, it's like, dude, like, how did you? I was just disappointed that they were able to do that.
Well, here's the thing: they parachuted in, and they made them think that it was Domino. They thought it was Domino coming in. The implication is that they somehow were able to get Domino's DNA, because they were doing all the whole DNA thing and taking their blood and all that stuff. And
so what they do? Just spread it all over themselves?
I don't know. I don't know how.
Like,
I don't know what they did
or
how, but for some reason they were able to make them think that it was Domino coming down, because even in the course of the book, they're like, oh, Domino's coming in, and they're like, well, why is she parachuting in, and where is she parachuting from? And that was when like Wolverine got suspicious or whatever.
And then there was somebody else that got suspicious, talking about he has this feeling when Professor X came back from his little powwow with the people that decided to become part of to be an ally when Xavier stepped back through
Yeah.
the portal. There was a guy there talking about he felt this, I don't know, energy. He had this feeling like worms turning or something like that. Didn't he mention like?
Yeah,
You know,
Black Tom was
yeah, so
talking
he
about
said
that.
he had
yeah.
this feeling, and I guess he couldn't quite understand it or something, but he had a feeling like something bad was going to happen.
Yeah.
And Professor X to me seemed like he kind of just brushed it off, like maybe he was just being overly sensitive because he was like, "Look, I trust the council and I trust this, and people really didn't want you to be in this position, I don't know. I didn't like that part. I'm like, dude, if this dude is telling you like, I have this feeling something is going on and he's supposed to be part of your like security team or something, like listen to him.
Yeah, well, see, here's the thing. Black Tom used to be a bad guy.
So
That was where Professor X was like, hey, you know what? There are people who didn't think that you should be in this position of security. That's why he was saying that, because it's like, you used to be against us, and now, and she was like,
that.
yeah, I vouched for you and all this other stuff. But yeah, he should have paid more heed to it. If someone's telling you, dude, and it's your security person.
Yes.
You tell him, dude, something's wrong here.
I can't quite figure something's going on. Like we didn't, And then like they were saying, dude, people shouldn't be able to just come to the island without going through the portals. Although I do understand Marauders because Kitty Pryde can't come through the portal. Yeah. But like he was saying, like we need more security. We need like, some type of way to identify people. Huh? Like, to identify people. Like you can't just come on an island just because. And then, Professor X is more like, this isn't a prison and all this other stuff and whatever. Kind of just, like I said, brush it off. And I was like, dude, you do need to be able to decide, identify people that's coming on. Just because they're mutant, coming onto the island doesn't mean that they're, I don't want to say good, because you got bad people on the island that you know are bad, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they could be coming there to sabotage things. Like, I think that anybody coming on this island, like, yes, we need some type of identification system or scan something to just be like, to make sure you're you and you're not, I don't know.
We need some psychic metal detectors or something.
Something, like I said, I was just disappointed in their security system or lack of.
Yeah. So basically, we get these cats parachuting onto the island and just start capping people. They just start blasting. They start blasting. So they, killed the little mutant girl and everything else. They just capping on people. And at the very end, our dude, who I'm sure you guys have already heard about if you're on the internet anywhere, but Professor X gets capped.
Yeah, dude, they just straight blasted him.
They blasted him. They put a hole in Cerebro right in the head. Yeah. So, but here's the thing, they can resurrect, so it's not like.
Yeah, I'm like, it sucks that he died, but at least they can bring him back.
It's like, oh, he'll be back. He'll be back next week. You know? Probably before the next S-Force book comes out, he'll be back. So I mean, but the thing that makes it interesting though is that earlier in the book we get these protocols like from Professor Xavier's desk, and in those it's mentioned that if somebody acts with hostility towards them, that they're gonna go back and they're gonna light them up, like they're gonna retaliate. So now it's like, ooh, what they gonna do? What they gonna do?
They're all about peaceful contact and trying to, peacefully get other people to be their allies. And, they like, look, we're gonna keep it peaceful, but if the minute you get hostile with us, we're gonna step up. We're gonna hit back. So,
yeah, basically, don't start none, won't be none.
Yeah, basically. Which, I agree. It's like if I'm coming to you and I'm coming at you in peace, trying to get you to be my ally, even if you don't want to be my ally, okay, fine. But the moment you start getting, like you about to do something to me, then we got a problem.
Yeah. And Wolverine was going straight up feral. He was going nuts on him. Like he was going, and Beast is like, stop, don't kill everybody. We need somebody to question. Wolverine just lighting them up, boy.
Like, so,
it was on. It was on, and it was even a part in there where like, Wolverine is coming at somebody and they start blasting on him, and he took some bullets, and then Beast jumped in and started slicing them up. I'm like, man, they are squabbing.
It was. Beast fight, so.
Yeah, it was on. It was on. So that was a cool scene.
Okay, so I have a question. There was one man that I think that might be a spy that's on the island. He came in on a boat in Marauders, but I think before they showed him at the airport or whatever about to get on that plane. Yeah. And he came in on a boat with the other mutants that were like hurt and everything, and he's on the island, so I don't think they figured that out about him. So I'm curious, like, okay, who is this dude?
Yeah.
And is he really a mutant? Like, how was Gina able to like, pick up on that?
Yeah, and what's the trip is that he looks exactly like the person that was with the plane and stuff.
Yeah.
That, you know, so you're thinking that maybe this isn't, because, you know, to come on the island, you pretty much got to be a mutant or whatever. Well,
Yes.
theoretically.
Well,
But so it got me thinking, like, maybe this is some form of clone or mutant or something that can duplicate himself or something, because they look exactly the same.
Yeah.
So it's a nice little mystery there as far as like who these people are and who this person was. I mean, it might have been revealed somewhere else, but I don't know. So I'm gonna be looking forward to finding out who this is and what's going on and stuff. But yeah,
I'm
it was.
just curious how they were able to get on the island, because
Yeah.
when they came down, they didn't come down in like a straight line formation. They were actually all spread out. Now that I'm looking at it.
Well, yeah, they were spread out, but then they got closer together, and then when they came in, it looked like it was like one thing incoming, you know?
One because the light.
Yeah,
one they come in.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I said like, oh, it's Domino, and they just assume, oh, it's Domino coming back, and then they just.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's, yeah, like I said, I was just disappointed in their lack of security.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and they killed Professor X, and you know, like I said, they showed Cerebro. I guess they blasted Professor X in the head.
Yeah,
'Cause
because Cerebro had a hole in it.
Yeah, and your concern was that Cerebro wasn't going to work, and my
Yeah, I thought for a minute, well, did they damage Cerebro? But then,
after we had a discussion, because I'm like, to me, if Professor X is smart enough to come up with this Krakoa thing and download people's, back them up every week and all this stuff, I would think that he's smart enough to have another Cerebro somewhere, because he knows that, you know, he's going to be attacked or potentially attacked and stuff, and you got to have a backup of Cerebro somewhere or be able to have the parts to rebuild something.
yeah, not just that, but you also got Forge on the island, dude. So
Yeah.
you got Forge, man. You can make anything you
Yeah,
want.
just
You got
Straight
Forge.
to the dome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
So-
was surprised by that.
You surprised he got a cap like that?
Yeah, I just saw it was blam. And then you just see the face of Wolverine and Jean and Beast.
And they're all
and
horrified,
then-
and
yeah, they're all like-
I'm
and
going,
then-
dude, just bring them back.
Yeah, I mean, but still, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to see the
Yeah.
original Professor X get
Call all the people
blasted.
together so we can resurrect them.
Yeah, and then, you know, who was that was chiming in talking about there's one less, please tell me I'm wrong? Was that the guy that, he said that's not possible. It's just not possible.
No,
What's
that's
this dude?
wasn't that I think that was Sage.
I'm looking at the census and I don't understand.
Yeah, she's the one that's
Tom,
watching
answer
the.
me. I wanna. Oh, it's the
census,
lady.
that's
Oh,
Sage.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's watching everything. Yeah,
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But I definitely like this much better than what was the other book we just?
New Mutants.
New Mutants. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
you
it was
can't
like-
you can't put this out the same week you put out New Mutants. You can be like, man, people are like, man, what is this?
I'm surprised
This is
that they
crap.
just kept, you know, Professor X in the first issue. Like, dude, really? Like, all right.
Hey,
Yeah.
well, on the front cover of it, it says parental advisory. So it's like, hey, we going kind of hard on this one. This is the only one that I've seen have that on the front. So
I didn't pay attention to that. I didn't care.
it was cool.
No.
And
But
you know,
yeah.
they said ass a few times, but I think it was mostly because of the violence.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So yeah.
yep. But
Anyway.
yeah.
All right, so
Me?
yes, your
I give
turn.
it like, you know, I like, did I give it like an 8 or a 9?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm into the violence, man. I love the violence. Listen, shooting, and cutting up people. Nah, I give it a solid 9, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I still like Marauders better. That's just
Really?
my favorite.
I
Right?
like this one better than Marauders.
I just
I like
love
this one better.
Marauders,
I like
man.
this one better
I
than
know.
Marauders.
You know what? They're about the same to me. It's like right there. I can't really say, but I like this one for all the actiony stuff.
Yeah.
And Marauders to me was just like really fun. You know, it was just a fun book. This was your gritty down dirty book where I mean in the pictures the art was nice.
Yeah, I like the
art
art.
was
I will say
nice.
that. Yeah.
But this was still like the book where you get Wolverine, feral Wolverine, squabbing, cutting up people and stuff. That's like, yeah, there you go. That's the Wolverine I know. That we got R-rated Wolverine. The PG Wolverine is in the other books. We got R-rated Wolverine. So yeah, so this book to me was cool. This is one of my favorites.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what they're gonna do next, and they need to beef up their security.
Yeah, they need to beef up the other books because they ain't comparing to like this one and Marauders.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion. So, anyway, I think we're done. Look,
Yeah,
we're
done.
good time.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Well, we see you guys
I think
next week.
Next week we have what, 2 more books?
Yeah, I think next week is
next week
might be Fallen Angels. I think I'm not sure though. We
No,
have to
but I
look
think
and see.
next week they're having 2 more books come out.
Yeah, it might be 2 more next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right.
we'll see you guys
So
next week.
we'll see you then.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah.